In this video, I'm going to give you a brief overview of 3 hidden features in Excel that some people might not know about. And I'm going to be putting the video links in the description below and on the top right hand corner if you want to learn more about them. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Alright, so the first feature I want to talk about is recording and running macros, which is basically something that's going to automate a repetitive task. Let's say that I want to highlight and change the font of multiple rows in this data. What I technically could do is I could just highlight each individual row one at a time and change the font and stuff, but that's going to take me a lot of time to do. There's a much quicker way to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the developer tab, and then I'm going to click on use relative references, and I'm going to make sure I'm selected on the one of the leftmost cells in the data. And then I'm going to go to click on record macro, and then it's going to ask me to choose a name. So I'm going to say highlight rows. You can name it whatever you want, and you can also add a shortcut key, but I'm not going to do that in this video. I'm just going to go with OK. And so now it's recording the macro, so you have to be careful because whatever you do now in Excel could be picked up by the recording, and it could affect how it's going to play out later. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to highlight everything in this row, and then I'll go to the home ribbon. I'm just going to change it to yellow. It's going to increase the font a bit, bold it, italicize it. And so, yeah, now I'm going to go back to developer ribbon, click on stop recording. And so now if I go to my macros, I can see that I have a macro called highlight rows now. And so now if I want to highlight other rows in the data, I could just click on the leftmost cell in the data and then click on macros and click on run macro. And it's going to automatically highlight that row, and I could do that with a bunch of other rows too. So that's pretty convenient because it saves you a lot of time instead of just manually highlighting each individual row. All I have to do now is just click a button that says run. It's automatically going to highlight it for me. And if you want to learn more about macros, I've made a more in-depth video on macros that you're going to see appear somewhere on the top right hand corner. You can go click on that. It's going to give you more in-depth examples of how to record and run the macro. Okay, the second feature I want to talk about is importing web data. So basically I'm going to show you how to import any interesting data table you find on the website into Excel. Let's say that I want to import this whole data table from this Wikipedia article into Excel. So all I have to do is just copy the URL, go to a blank Excel workbook, and then go to the data ribbon, click on this from web button, and then it's going to take a while to open up. And once that opens up, you're just going to paste in the URL over here of the website article, and then you click on OK. And it's going to take a while to load. Okay, finally loaded now. Now it's showing me all the tables that Excel detected from the Wikipedia article, but I only want one table, so I need to look at the preview to find out which one is the correct one. So I think it's gonna be, yeah, it's this one because it contains the 50 movie titles that I want. So now I can either click on transform data or load, but I'm not gonna worry about cleaning data in this video, so I'm just gonna click on load. And so once I do that, it's gonna take a while to load up the data. And so now that you got the data, it shows you the table from the Wikipedia article, and that's pretty much it. If you want to learn more about importing web data, I created a separate video on that. You'll see it pop up somewhere over here on the top right hand corner, so I encourage you to check that out. And last but not least, I want to show you how to use the watch window, which is basically going to save you a lot of time from clicking back and forth between the different sheets. So over here I just have a simple sales column, and on this other sheet over here, I have the total of the sales. And so the problem is that if I change one of the values over here, then I have to go back to the other sheet to see how the change affected the total sales. So there's a way to save time from just clicking back and forth between the sheets. I could just go to the formulas ribbon and then click on watch window over here. And then, so it's going to show me this new pop-up window. And so I want to click on add watch. And so it's going to say select the cells that you want to watch the value of. So I want to watch the value of this cell over here, which contains the total. So I'll click on add. And then now I'll go back to the other sheet And now if I change the values in this column, you can see the value of the total sales automatically changing. And so it's pretty nice because you don't have to go back to see what the total is now. I could just stay on this same sheet and see how the changes affect the total. And I've already made a video on this before, so you can check that out on the top right hand corner if you want to learn more about it. Alright, that's it for this video. Let me know down in the comments below how many of these features you knew. And if you want to watch another Excel video that I made, then make sure to check out this 5-minute video over here. So hopefully I see you there, and thanks for watching.